It's your boy KidGreatness, and today I'm gonna break down Kuala Lumpur's nightlife, where you need to go, what places you need to know about, and give you a general overview of my opinion of Kuala Lumpur's nightlife. So let's get into this right now. So right now I'm gonna show you some footage of a street in Bukit Bintang. The exact name of the street is Chengkat Bukit Bintang. Yeah, try saying that 3 times fast. But I'm gonna show you the footage of this street. I walked around the street a couple of times, and just so you know, this is not just like a one-off thing. This footage is taken over an entire weekend, so it kind of gives you a vibe of how that street is. But this street is just like full of bars. There's just one bar after another. And each bar has like a kind of like its own different vibe. Like some bars are playing like EDM, some bars are playing house, some bars have like live bands, some bars are just playing like straight rock music. And along the street, especially when you start up at the beginning of the street, it's like a hotel at the top of the hill. You walk down there and like all the streets, they have like tables on the street. So you're gonna kind of be like swerving through tables, and you can kind of see that there's just people kind of wandering around. But the weird part about these bars is like majority of bars are like either nobody's in there, half full. Yeah, like half full. Like these bars are not like packed. And you find that kind of strange because you see so many people on the street, like wandering around. Like you can see like there's people on the street, people wandering around. But then when you actually get in the bars, it's kind of like there's nobody in the bars. Especially like they have, and once you walk down, like you see me walking down, the further you go down, there's also a hip hop club there. It's called like Ani. And for some reason, every time I tried to go in that club was absolutely empty. There was nobody in there. There was no people in it. And right next to that club, I guess it's owned by the same people. There's a club called VIP Room. And VIP Room is kind of interesting. There's people there, and they play like a mixture between like hip hop, Afro beats, and different other genres all together. But I would kind of consider it like a Afro-beatish club. And as you can see, there's a lot of people on this street. And you see there's a lot of girls on these streets. Majority of the women, or the black girls on the street are from East Africa, funny enough. Like, I find that funny. They're from Tanzania, Uganda, a lot of them are. But there's other people on the street too, like you have Thai girls and all this other stuff. And you might have guessed it from the image that they're showing, what they're doing. So I don't need to mention that, but as you can see, they're standing on the street. So you can infer with that what you want, but what you're thinking is probably true. So you see them on the street, scattered around this area, and this area kind of stays open all night. Like this area stays open till like 5 a.m. Yeah, like 5 a.m. That's when like all the clubs close and the street kind of clears out. Clubs here, it's called Tropic Cup. I believe that's how you pronounce it, Tropic Club. And as you can see, once you went inside, I mean, there's people in there. There's decent, and this is kind of like a rock club, because they were playing like rock music, like late 90s, early 80s, like it was just playing like nothing but rock music. And you can see that there's a decent amount of people here, but you can see like the club is not packed out, and this is like Saturday night. And that's how a lot of these clubs are. And this is one of the more fuller clubs that night when I was there on the street. A lot of these clubs didn't even have that many people in there, which I find it strange because this is literally, where the street is located is literally downtown Kuala Lumpur. Like Like if you turn around the corner, like you have the main train station there, you have the big malls, like it's like basically in the center of town. So you think everybody will be there, but that seems to not be the case. Next, we're gonna talk about Trec. Now, Trec is a complex. It's basically like this big complex that's just full of bars and clubs. And I like the concept. It's a cool concept, like just having all the clubs in one spot. That's a really dope idea. And the vibe there, well, the layout of how it is cool. But now, once you get there, I feel like Trek is kind of like a younger crowd. Like there's very, very young people there. Like you can kind of see like most of the people there are probably either like in university or about to go to university. You don't see a much older crowd in Trek. So if you're looking for a younger crowd or a younger energy, I would say go to Trek. You're not gonna really see people. I think the oldest person I've probably seen in Trek, like I would assume, was probably like, I don't know, 25, 26. It's really a younger crowd in Trek. And with Trek is like this, the clubs are same thing as kind of like that Bar Street. The clubs are very, very diverse. And they have some really, really nice clubs there. I'm gonna show you inside the clubs, but I just wanted to show you kind of like the outside area, because the complex is pretty big. Like as you can see, like there's just like a bunch of clubs like everywhere. There's like just nothing but clubs and bars there. And you could just wander around from club to club. One important thing about this place is all these clubs, well, I'm not gonna say all because I didn't go in every club. Majority of these clubs, you will have to buy a drink before you get in the club. And the drink should usually run you like $10 or $12 to get in. So basically that's your entry fee, is buying a drink to get in the club. And that could be a good thing and a bad thing, because some of these clubs are absolutely empty. And you will not know that from looking outside. So be prepared to buy a couple of drinks. At least you get the good thing is you get a drink out the deal. So you just drink your drink and then you leave or whatever. It's not like it's an extra fee on top of that. But don't be surprised if you walk in some of these clubs and they're absolutely empty. Because it happens to me multiple occasions. So there was a couple of clubs I actually checked out in Trek. Now, first club I'm in is, I believe it's called Red Alert. I believe that was the name of this club, Red Alert. And this club is pretty dope because the walls of the club is just manga. Like you see they got Naruto, you see they got Kakashi on the wall. They have Luffy on the other side. They got Titan, Attack on Titan characters on there. I think Madara's on one of the walls too. And like a whole club, all the club walls are just manga panels. So I thought that was pretty dope. But there was absolutely nobody in this club, which I was surprised. I figured people would be in there because the music was pretty good in there too. It was just nobody for the most part in there. But I would recommend you going to this club just to see the inside. I think this club is really, really cool. And I think everybody should see it, especially if you're into anime and manga. I definitely recommend this club. Yeah, I mean, this club was pretty cool. I hung out here for a little while on my birthday. It was okay. There's nothing wrong with that. It wasn't that many people in there. It was kind of like empty, but it was a pretty cool club. I would definitely recommend you go check it out. Cage. Yeah, I think I was the only foreigner in there. Everybody in there was like a local though. Now let's talk about this club. This club is called Kuna. And this club plays really, really good music. They play a lot of Afro beats. They play majority of Afro beats. I'm guessing it's just an Afro beat club, but they did mix in some hip hop in there and some other types of music. And I fairly like this club. The only problem with this club is like, this club is the definition of bad ratio. As you can see from the footage, there is so many guys in there. Like I have no idea like why there's so many. Like the ratio, honestly, and I'm not even joking, I think the ratio is probably like 8-1, 8 to 9 to 1. So 8 guys to every 1 woman in the club. So take with that what you will. Like, I mean, if you're just trying to go out and have fun, listen to good music, yeah. But if you're trying to go out and meet somebody, this is not the club for it. Yeah, it is really not the club for it. That actually seems like that's a theme here since I've been going out. A lot of these clubs in KL have like really, really bad ratios, especially in the Trec area. So I was wondering, I don't know what's that about. I don't know. Maybe if you know the reason why, put a comment below the video. But yeah, this club has the worst. They have the best music, but they have the worst ratio I ever seen in my life. Like, I felt like I was at a football game or something like that. Okay, and this is another big club in KL. It's called Kio. Actually, I was actually surprised about this club. This club plays good music. They played a lot of Jersey clubs. I was pleasantly surprised. Like, they're playing Jersey club in Malaysia. But yeah, this club suffers from the same thing that Kuna suffers. Like, the ratio at this club is absolutely atrocious. I don't know what it is with these clubs, but yeah, there's just a bunch of guys in all these clubs. But this is also a younger club too. Like, the vibe there is people are pretty young there, so kind of just like Trek. So yeah, my opinion of KL's nightlife is I don't like it. I think it's pretty bad. Which is funny because like they have all the tools to have good nightlife. They have very, very nice clubs. They play good music. It seems like there are some people out there, but the thing that's holding it back is like, number one, the club is just full of guys. Like, me, I don't know. Me personally, like, it has to be some type of balanced ratio, or at least semi-balanced. But yeah, like 8-1 ratio is atrocious. Like, no. And yeah, even if you want to just go out and drink with your guy friends, you want to see pretty girls there. You just want to see a bunch of guys, a bunch of sweaty guys around you. Yeah, and another thing that I noticed about it is like KL's nightlife is not cheap. Like, if you're trying to buy a bottles, well, relatively to like other Asian countries like Thailand, bottles here are expensive. Like, you're gonna spend like 100, 120, like even like $200 on like a bottle here. Like, but like for the same bottle that you would get like in Thailand for like 180, even less than that. And you can get a couple bottles for the same price you get for about one bottle here. So I would say like, yeah, KL's nightlife is way more expensive, especially towards like the Southeast Asia region. Even comparing it to like Africa, it's way more expensive. Like, you can get a bottle for half the price you would get here, which I found strange because like everything else about KL is relatively cheap. Yeah, and for the most part, I feel like people are fairly nice here, but it kind of seems kind of cliquish here. Like, when you go out, like, you don't really see that many people mingling. Like, it seems like people, they come with their group and then they kind of stay with their group. Like, they don't leave their table, or they just kind of stay there. So That's another thing I don't like. When I go out, I like to socialize and bounce around and meet other people. And it doesn't seem like that's big here. Or maybe it's just the weekend I went out. And so you could kind of take it with a grain of salt. But me personally, I will not recommend KL's nightlife. I do not want to go back, come back to KL to party. I would not. It's a beautiful city, but the nightlife is bad. Take with that what you will. Maybe you know something I don't know, so put the comments below. Let me know what you think of KL's nightlife. But make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and you can't rush greatness. We out.